Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. It's Nev here on Rainbow Tarot UK. So lovely to have you here again with me for this pick a card reading. So today we are doing what is actually going on between you and your person. So if you're a little bit confused, what's going on, and also, what's going to happen, how's it all going to play out. So we've got our three piles to choose from. We have pile number 1, which is this card, and it says, go, the time is right. Okay, this look kind of sand timer here. All right, with the turquoise howlite. Then we have pile number 2, which says you're going in the right direction, with the rainbow aura quartz here. Then we have pile number 3, which is no need to worry, and that is with the Snowflake Obsidian. So there you go. Those are your 3 piles. Go for the one that feels right, and I'll see you really soon in your reading. Bye for now. Hey pile number 1, welcome into your reading. So lovely to have you here. Thanks for joining me. So today we are doing what is actually happening between you and your person right now, and also what is going to happen, what will happen. So, what's going on and what will happen. So you chose to come into the reading under this card, which says go, the time is right. All right. So it's like time is running out, isn't it? Also, there is one lunar calendar month here, so that might mean something in terms of timing for this connection. But anyway, let's put that there. So that's going to go right over there. Super. And we're going to put our little turquoise howlite here as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to divide the reading up into what is actually going on. And it might give you a bit of a sense, of whether that feels right to you or not. And then we're going to look at what will happen, how's it going to play out. So I hope you're all doing well. I'm just sending you all my love and light as always, thanking you for all your lovely support. Reminding you, of course, that it's a general reading, so please take the messages that resonate. If they don't resonate for you, maybe they resonate for somebody else. And also it is good for whenever you are watching it. But let's start off, first of all, by getting out some oracle cards for you on what is actually going on. So what's the energy between pile number 1 and their person? What is going on in this connection? Please can we have some clarity? What is going on in this connection? Let's have a look and see what we've got. Routine, card number 42. Okay, routine. Then we've also got, let's have another one. What is going on in this connection, please? What is going on between pile number 1 and their person? We've also got discernment. Right, okay, that's also 6 as well. 2 6s there. Now 6s do talk about harmony, restored peace, contentment, love, marriage, reconciliation. But let's just get out the tarot and see what we've got. So what is actually going on between pile number 1 and their person right now? What is actually going on between pile number 1 and their person right now? So we've got the 9 of Pentacles. We've got the 5 of Swords. Oh, we've got the 10 of Wands. We've got the 6 of Pentacles. And we've got the Devil. Oh gosh, okay. And the overarching energy is the Hierophant. Now, it could be, for some of you, that you're in a connection with someone, right? With the Hierophant being the main energy. You might be in a long-term connection with someone here, because we've got routine, and that kind of gives me the idea that maybe, or it certainly gave me the hit that maybe, for many of you, you are in a connection which has been going on for a long time. It's got into a little bit of a rut. Or it's got into, not even a rut, but it's just, it's kind of going through the motions, because routine makes me feel like it's going through the motions. And the 6 is, talk about, marriage, long-term commitment, that kind of stuff. And we also have the Hierophant here. So for many of you, you might be in a situation or a connection But that connection is not in a good place, is probably what I want to say. So the situation is not in a good place right now, because you've got the Devil card and you've got the Ten of Wands and you've got the Five of Swords. Now, the Ten of Wands is a heavy, so there's some heaviness in this connection here. It feels heavy, it feels burdensome, it feels difficult. You've got the Devil, which is negativity, toxicity, limiting beliefs and behaviours. Maybe someone is behaving in a toxic way, or there's toxic, you're both being toxic towards each other. It's not very balanced, but maybe somehow you feel tied to the connection, or you feel like maybe you feel trapped in the connection, or you feel stuck in the connection, or you're in a bit of a negative loop within the connection. Maybe somebody's breadcrumbing you here with the Six of Pentacles, or you feel like someone's not really giving you very much. They might just be giving you just enough to keep it ticking over, to look like they're kind of giving something, but it doesn't really feel like it's very much. And with the Five of Swords is about winners and losers. It might have even come into separation, or be on the verge of coming into separation. With the Five of Swords here. The Nine of Pentacles is an independent energy. It's an energy of being on your own. It's an energy of going it alone, if you like. So being comfortable, being able to stand up for yourself, being very comfortable in your own life, but you're very independent. So it could be that for many of you, this is a connection that is sort of like you are together, but it's sort of on its last legs, and that might be why you've got to go. The time is right. Or there's a feeling that, should I leave this connection? Should I leave this connection because it's actually not very good for me? I feel burdened by it. I don't get a lot from it. Maybe we're always having arguments with the Five of Swords here. We're always rowing. We never get on. Maybe it's a wish or a dream for me now to move away from this connection, or to be independent of this connection. But you've got the word discernment here as well, haven't you? So maybe you've been asked to think about this carefully. You've been asked to think about this connection carefully. And because maybe with the Hierophant here, the Hierophant is about tradition. It's about, commitment, sticking at something. So maybe, there is something in this that you're being asked to kind of think carefully if you are thinking about leaving the connection or something like that. Or it could be that some of you are in separation from someone. Something's happened, you're in separation from someone. It's a wish and a dream for you to get back with them, with the Hierophant, for them to be, for you to have a settled connection with them. But again, you're being asked to think about, that, being asked to give that a lot of thought about whether that's realistic, about whether that's the right thing, given the energy that was in it, or that is maybe still currently in it. So you've been asked to think carefully about it, and maybe seek some guidance, seek some advice. The other thing is as well, with the Hierophant, because the Hierophant is a teacher, is that maybe at the moment the connection would benefit from some kind of outside guidance, some kind of outside help, maybe through counselling or through a wise friend or something like that, where you're getting a little bit of guidance. But I do feel like with it go, it's time. The time is right. This connection's either ended or it's kind of on the verge of that, and you are very seriously thinking, or both of you are very seriously thinking that it's time to let this go. So if that doesn't sound like your situation at all, you might want to listen to another pile. That's kind of what I would say here. I'm just trying to look at it and see if there's any other scenarios that I can see. Because you might be in very, I don't know who's listening to this, you might be in, your connection might be in very different places. So I'm just trying to look at the different scenarios. Yeah, okay. Okay, so let's now see about, what is actually going to happen in this connection. So what will happen in this connection? Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull it, before I do that, I'm going to pull a message card out on where it's at. So what is actually, I've got 2 there. Here we go. This is where it's kind of at. So I wish I could take back my words. So maybe there is some regret. And I regret lying to you. Well, that would definitely go with all this energy of, you know, toxicity with the devil. Maybe somebody doing that, doing something that wasn't right. Because that is negative energy, really. It's also an energy of lack of control, lack of self-control, big time. So maybe there's regret as well at the moment for someone in this connection. But let's now look at what will happen, what's going to happen. So in terms of zodiac signs as well, we've got Virgo, we have got Aquarius, Sagittarius, Taurus, Capricorn, and Taurus again. So those are some of the zodiac signs that I see in here. But let's now see what's actually what's going to happen. So what is going to happen now? What will happen with pile number 1 and their person? What will actually happen between pile number 1 and their person? Surrender to the divine, full moon. Surrender to the divine. So surrender to what is meant to be, really, maybe. Let's put that there. Okay, let's get out another card. So what will actually happen in this connection? What will happen in this connection, please? Focus. Focus your energy. Your intentions hold great power. Right, okay, let's put that there. Let's get out some tarot. So what will actually happen now in this connection? What will happen between pile number 1 and their person? What will happen between pile number 1 and their person? So we have the King of Pentacles. What will happen? We have the King of Cups. Oh my goodness, okay. What will happen? The Page of Swords. The Empress. And the Magician. Okay, well, it looks like there's a massive revival here going on. And the overarching energy is the Nine of Swords. Okay, so what will happen? So the Nine of Swords, again, is a feeling of being very stressed. So maybe this connection is, you know, has a lot of stress in it with the Nine of Swords here. Right? There's a lot of stress. There's a lot of sleepless nights. There's a lot of turmoil. And that is still present in the what will happen. Okay, that is still present. But what I see here, to be honest, is some healing going on, because you've got the Empress. Because the Empress is all about creative energy. It's about growth. Excuse me. It's about growth. It's about things being fertile again. Right? Things being fertile again. So maybe this is a connection which goes in cycles, right? Maybe it's a connection that goes in cycles, and you may be in a negative cycle at the moment, or in a cycle where you're not together. And what I see is a revival of the cycle, really, a new growth, right? And the Magician is also about manifesting. So it's going to come around again, this connection. That's what I feel. It's going to come around again, and that's maybe why you've got focus, because the focus is going to be back on the connection. But I feel like there's a little bit with the Nine of Swords here, there might be a little bit of a warning for you in this reading, in the sense that, because your main card is go, the time is right. So it might be that it's saying, look, whilst this connection is in this difficult period, which it might have had a lot of difficult periods, because that's the kind of energy I'm getting. It might be a bit of a cyclical, right? A cyclical connection where sometimes it's really great and sometimes it's really not so great. And it might be in a not so great period at the moment, or a separation period. And then somehow there's new growth and it springs to life again, right? And there's a refocus on it. But the underlying energy, or the overarching energy, is still the Nine of Swords, which is stress, worry, fear. So maybe because of everything that's gone on in it, when you come back together, if there is not healing, if there is not healing in it, then it's likely to go back to all of this, really. So it might be that there's a bit of a warning for you to think very, very, very carefully about whether you want to get back into this cycle. And if you do, you know, you're being given the choice here to release it, to let it go. But if you do decide to come back to it, to go back into the cycle, there needs to be healing in it. So there needs to be a massive adjustment and change over a long sort of period of time. Otherwise, you're just going to get more of the same. You're just going to get that stress, that anxiety, that, you know, maybe even health issues with the way this connection is. So there needs to be some sort of change. Now, I think what will happen is that there will be a new cycle. It will come around again with the Magician and the Empress. It will manifest again. It will look like it's growing again. The King of Pentacles and the King of Cups is wise energy. It's, you know, it might look balanced as well. It might look balanced. But what I'm going to do is I am going to pull out some cards on that Nine of Swords. So the King of Cups is somebody who is emotionally mature. So maybe the situation is able to get to a balanced state, to become more emotionally mature. The King of Pentacles, it's able to be stable and secure, which is like a massive turnaround maybe from where it is at the moment. And I think with the Page of Swords, it's based on there needing to be sort of truth or communication between you that is honest and authentic, and kind of wanting to do the right thing by each other. So yeah, I do see it coming back. I do see it coming back on a positive note, but unless the work is done between the two of you, it's going to be underlined, or the foundations maybe of that are not going to be very secure, because it's going to lead to stress and anxiety again. But let's just let me just see what that Nine of Swords is about. I mean, because there is also an argument to say that the Nine of Swords can be sometimes that we are stressing about something too much, that it doesn't require that level of stress, and you know, way of looking at it. You know, we're sort of looking at it with in terms of a half glass empty rather than a half glass full. So maybe it's something around, you know, as well, that you need to shift your focus in the connection. Maybe you need to be, both of you need to think more on what you know, the positives of the connection, the positives of each other, if that's possible. What is that Nine of Swords about? What is that Nine of Swords about, please? So we have the Queen of Pentacles, the Two of Swords, the Ten of Pentacles, and the Death card. I think in this connection there might be something around commitment, around somebody not being able to commit, or not being able to show commitment, or being a bit woolly around commitment, because we've got the Two of Swords, which is sort of like an uncertain energy, not really sure which way to go, and it's around the Queen of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles, which is about solid commitment in a connection. And then we have the Death card, which is about change and transformation. So I feel like, yeah, there needs to be a shift in this connection. So if it's a cyclical thing, this time around, you need to use your discernment and make sure that you're not going to go back into cycles. There needs to be some sort of healing here around making it more committed, around making it more loving, around growing it in a healthy way and not an unhealthy way, and around committing to it. Because if you don't do that, it's just going to lead to more uncertainty. So there needs to be a shift with the Death card. There needs to be a complete rebirth, a change. Otherwise, it's time for you to go. And that's why you've got go, the time is right. Because maybe there's something in this around, you know, if this comes back to you in the same way, i.e., you know, you've been in cycles with it, or it's been up and down, or sometimes it's great and then it's not so great, sometimes it's great and then it's not so great. You know, there's a bit of a pattern to it, a negative pattern to it, then this time around that needs to change. So there needs to be a willingness from you and your person to heal the pattern, the negative pattern or the negative dynamic, to make it more stable. Because if you don't, it can lead to, you know, stress and worry again. And it might be that it's also saying that it's difficult for this connection to actually be able to do that, to provide that for you on a long-term basis. It might be able to provide it for you for a while, but on a long-term basis, that might be difficult. So you need to be really, really, really sure that if you go back into this, that this person is different, that they are willing to be loving and committed to the connection. Otherwise, you might be creating another cycle where it goes up and then it goes down, and it causes a lot of stress and worry and heartache. So you, yeah, I feel like you might be at a bit of a crossroads here, pile number one. You know, do you take a chance on this situation again? All right, or do you decide to leave? Now, looking at these cards, it does look very positive. This cycle does look very positive, but I don't feel like, I feel like it starts off very positive, but there's shaky foundations to that with the Nine of Swords, shaky foundations. And so, yeah, I'm just saying that the warning is there for you to be discerning about, you know, how you, how you know, what communication you have with this person, what you know, what they're going to do to change, to be different, and how the dynamic is going to be different, so you don't go back and repeat the same cycles. But let's get out some more message cards. So what is going to happen between pile number one and their person? I remember every detail of that day. Okay, then we have, I left when I saw you with someone. I left you before you could leave me. Okay. What else do we have? I hope that you can forgive me one day. So there you go, pile number one. We also have, let's just quickly go through the zodiac signs. We've got Taurus. We've got all of the, I think we've got all of the signs apart from the fire signs. So we've got Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo, Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. We've got Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius. Okay, so that has been your reading. If you've liked it, then please do hit the subscribe button and the like button. But otherwise, have a great day, and I'll see you in the next reading. Bye for now. Hey, pile number two, welcome back to your reading. So today we're doing what is going on in this connection. If you're a bit confused, what's actually happening between you, and what is going to happen, or what will happen, what, you know, how will it play out. So you chose to come into the reading under this card, and it says you're going in the right direction. Okay, so I'm going to put that there. Now you also chose the Rainbow Oral Quartz. I can see that I've left my little Turquoise Howlite from pile number one. You might want to listen to that. I don't know if that's going to be the same reading as this one or whatever, but it might be a message for you to listen to that one if you feel you want to. So we've got the Rainbow Oral Quartz here. I'm going to put that there. How are you doing? Is everyone okay? Let me know in the comments. I always love to hear from you. And I'm just reminding you, of course, that it is a general reading, so please take the messages that resonate with you, that feel right. If they don't feel right, it might be that they're for somebody else. And this reading should be absolutely great for whenever you are picking it up, whenever you're watching it. So what I'm going to do, like I did with pile number one, I'm going to look first of all at what is actually going on in this connection, and it might give you a sense of whether this is the right pile for you. And then we're going to see what will happen, or how it's all going to play out. So let us get straight to it. So for pile number one, what is actually going on in this connection? What is actually going on in this connection for pile number one? Okay, let's have a look and see. So we have all protection. I feel like this is I feel like, it feels like there's a good bond between the two of you. So we've got 38 protection. You're both wanting to protect it. There's a little egg here. Maybe it's in the early stages for some of you. And you're both very protective of it. You feel like there's a strong bond between you. that you're going in the right way. Possibly for some of you here. But let's get out this one. That could be what's going on, but what else have we got? What's going on between pile number 2 and their person? What's happening? Oh, goodness me. We've got masculine energy with the sun here. So masculine energy is drive, isn't it? Sort of drive, determination, an energy of doing. Okay, of getting out there. I've also got this focus. It feels like a focus. You're going in the right direction. It's very linear, isn't it? Masculine energy. All right. So it feels positive, to be honest with you, because we've got this sun. Obviously, the masculine energy is the sun. And it feels positive. It feels bright. It feels protected. It feels like it's in a good place. Possibly. I don't know why I'm looking at the numbers. The 16 is the tower in tarot. But you can also add up to 7. So 16 in the tower is something crumbling though. But 16 adds up to 7, which is all about, you know, wisdom, introspection, spiritual development, that kind of thing. But anyway, let me get the tarot out and let's see what the tarot is saying. So what is going on in this connection right now? What is going on in this connection right now? What is going on in this connection between pile number 2 and their person? What is happening? So we have, now look, would you believe it, the tower. I just said the tower, didn't I? So maybe there's something that's happened in this connection. That's interesting. With the 8 of Cups, my goodness. What is going on in this connection? There's something about the numbers that was sort of in contradiction to what was showing in the pictures, because I also saw 38. Oh no, that's 38 is 11, isn't it? 11 is 2. There's something about this. Let me just see what's going on. What is going on in this connection? What is going on in this connection? And the Queen of Wands. With the Ace of Pentacles. I feel, and that might be why we had the stone, the Howlite from pile number 1, because these cards are sort of fairly similar to pile number 1 in this part of the reading. So I feel that this connection might have come into separation with the 8 of Cups and the Tower. So it may have come into separation, right? Something may have happened. And with the 9 of Swords, the 9 of Swords is about worry, stress, difficulty. It's been going through worry, stress and difficulty. It could have been brutal, that ending, or it could have been very painful or very difficult. But there's a sort of an era of renewal to it. So maybe even as we speak, there's some kind of era of renewal or regeneration going on. So maybe for some of you, you split up and you've got back together and you're wondering, you know, what's going to happen. So at the moment, it could be that you're in separation, or you've just got back together after being in separation. And there's an air of renewal. Or even if you are in separation, maybe there's this feeling that it's not really the end of the connection. Or that you still want to protect the connection. Or that with the egg here, you want to have a new beginning. You want to start again. You want the sun to shine again on the situation or on the protection, on the connection. But, you know, it was very painful. So the separation was very painful, that kind of thing. Or it could be that you are with someone, you're in a situation with someone, but you're in this situation where it could fall apart. The connection could fall apart. Maybe something's happened, or maybe it's on the brinks of falling apart and you walking away, and there's a lot of stress, but somehow you are still holding on. Somehow there is a desire to still hold on. That's what I'm feeling, like something big has happened, something painful has happened, but there's some sort of renewal, protection, revival, a feeling of wanting to begin again, a feeling of wanting the situation to heal maybe, and to start kind of all over again, really, because you want to protect it because it's precious, really. It's still precious. And maybe you're being told whether you're going in the right direction. That's the right, you know, that's the right way to go, to try to repair or to heal the situation. That's the kind of energy, that's the feeling that you have. That somehow you want to repair, heal, renew, bring health back into a situation which has either come to an end and separation or has was on the brinks of that. Yeah, and it's very painful. But with the Queen of Wands ending it, it's like the Queen of Wands is a queen that's out there. She's very charismatic. She has a lot of warmth to her. So again, we've got the sunflower. There's a lot of warmth, a lot of heat, a lot of attraction. So I feel like there's a lot of attraction and passion still in the connection for each other. There's a lot of desire. There's a lot of chemistry. Even though you may be separate, or you may be on the brinks of separating, or there's talks of separating, or something big has happened where separation or walking away is an option, something like that. So that's kind of where I see the situation at the moment. If that doesn't sound like your situation at all, then you might want to move on. I feel like there is a bond. So irrespective of what's happened, it feels to me like there's a huge bond between the two of you, right? That you both feel like you want to focus with the masculine energy. There's a drive to focus again on the connection, to renew it, to heal it, to ground it and bring it into reality, something like that again. Okay, and that might be tough. That might require a lot of work, a lot of nurture, a lot of care, but you want to do that, because that's the energy that I see around it at the moment. So we've got Pisces, we've got Taurus, we've got Gemini, and we have got Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, and Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. Right, okay, so let's get one of these cards out and where it's at the moment. So where is the connection right now? Where is the connection between pile number 2 and their person right now? Just being near you is intoxicating. Yeah, there is, you know, the other way of reading this is that maybe something has to come down and be left in order for something else to be created. So maybe one or both of you have to leave something in order for this situation to begin. That could be another way of seeing this. And that might be very difficult. It might create a lot of stress, but it feels like it's the right thing to do, possibly. So that's another way of looking at this. But let us now get out the cards on, or maybe both of you have to leave something, or something has to be left. Some chaos has to happen. Yeah, some painful chaos for some of you has to happen in order for something else to be created. Really, that's another way of seeing it. But let's get out the cards now on what is going to happen. So what will actually happen between pile number 2 and their person? What will happen between pile number 2 and their person? We have your dreams need a practical plan. Full moon in Taurus. So maybe there is a dream or a wish associated with this connection. Yeah, of revival, renewal, reunion, or union. And you're saying that there needs to be some sort of practical plan to make that happen, to ground that, which is the Ace of Pentacles, right? To try and ground it. So maybe at the moment you're trying to ground it, and you're being advised to come up with a bit of a plan, trying to make it real. So what will happen with pile number 1? No, not pile number 1. Pile number 2. And their person, what will actually happen? Balance. There you go, balance. So harmony with nature is key. Connect with the elements for balance and wisdom. Right, so balance will, out of the Tower situation, balance will happen for you. I'm going to have one of these ones actually, which I didn't have pile number 1. But what will happen between pile number 2 and their person? Now, if you feel that you're liking the reading, that you're enjoying the reading, please do give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. That would be fantastic. I'd really, really appreciate that. So we have the wishing tree. My wishes grow big like a tree. So there's something here about this wish. Maybe this is a wish, a dream of yours. It's card number 2. To be in union, because 2s are all about union. They are about partnership. They are about relationships. So maybe this is a wish for you and them to be in a relationship. And this is telling you that the wish is there for you. Let's get out the cards now. So what? I'll also be doing some message cards at the end of this. So make sure you hang around for that. So what will happen between pile number 2 and the person? What will actually happen? So we have the Page of Swords, some sort of communication here. What will happen? The Knight of Wands, the Chariot. Oh, there's a lot of swift energy. There's a lot of swift energy in this. What will happen? What will happen? The Page of Pentacles, and then the High Priestess. Okay. And Judgment. Yeah, this situation is definitely rising. It's definitely rising for the better. It's definitely a renewal of something, or a raising up of something, or like a new start for the 2 of you, for sure, with the Judgment card here. There may be some kind of an announcement with the Judgment and the Page of Swords, some sort of message coming in from this person, some piece of news that you're going to get about this connection, and it's going to be good news. It's going to be good news because it's going to be news about renewing the situation, or making the situation better, or bringing stability into the situation. It's about a wish. And the wish, I think, for you is for you to be in harmony or in balance with this person, which may be, at the moment, that is out of balance. Now, the Knight of Wands is a card of action. It's a card of quick action. So I feel like there might be a swift, this person might be, if you're in separation, this person is coming towards you quickly. Or there's a passionate new start to the connection, a revival. If you're with them, it's like there's a revival, a renewal of energy in the situation. With the Chariot, you might be in separation from this person geographically, so you might not be near each other, and they might be almost like taking a journey towards you, or coming towards you, or you might be going towards them. But there's some sort of journey for some people that's happening here, where you are moving towards each other to raise the connection up, to raise the vibration of the connection as well. Page of Pentacles, again, these 2 new beginnings based on truth, honesty, and also on stability. And you don't see this coming. I think with the High Priestess here, which is a card of secrecy, of mystery, maybe you don't see this coming. Maybe you think there's no way that could happen. But it's definitely coming. And also, it's a card of listening to your intuition. So listen to your intuition with regards to this connection. So it might work the other way, in the sense that there's some sort of strong intuitive feeling that you have, that you and them are meant to be together, that you and them belong together, that kind of thing. It's interesting that this High Priestess has on a veil, like a bride's veil, doesn't she? So maybe there's a renewed commitment to this situation for some of you. And that's the thing that you don't see coming, some kind of renewed commitment here. Yeah, but there's definitely a renewal of energy, a renewal of passion, a renewal of desire, and a renewal of focus as well, because the Chariot is about being very focused, actually, as well as speed, because the charioteer has to have the skill to be able to pull both those horses or sphinxes together to keep them on the right track, the centre ground. So I feel like there's going to be a renewal of focus in this connection, for sure. And that's why I think there was a mix-up, because I feel like all these cards are so loving, but something's obviously happened here. But you know, in the future, there's going to be, this connection is going to be protected. It's the right direction. It's going in the right direction towards renewal and health. It's like increased health within the connection here. So what do we have? So we have Cancer. We have all the earth signs of Taurus, Capricorn and Virgo. We have all of the fire signs of Aries, Leo and Sagittarius. All the air signs of Libra, Aquarius and Gemini as well. But let us now get some message cards for pile number 2 and their person. So what will happen between pile number 2 and their person? What will actually happen between pile number 2 and their person, please? I hope that you can forgive me one day. So maybe something happened here. I think this one also came out in pile number 1. We have, I know I was a distraction from your pain. Okay. I hide behind material things. What else have we got? We both know I am not the one for you. Interesting. I'm so attracted to you. And then the last one is finding out the truth crushed me. So maybe something has happened in this situation. But I definitely feel that this situation is on the rise. And it's something that you really don't see coming with the High Priestess. What's at the bottom of the deck? Oh my God, I don't normally look at the bottom of the deck with the message cards, but I felt really I had to look at it. And it says, I love you unconditionally, pile number 2. So there's another one that wanted to come out as well. My life is not as together as it seems. So there you go, pile number 2. That has been your reading. I hope you liked it. If you have, please do give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. But otherwise, have a great day and I'll see you in the next reading. Bye for now. Hey pile number 3, welcome to your reading. Thank you so much for joining me. And today we are doing a pick a card reading on what is actually going on between you and your person. So if you're a little bit confused, we're going to be looking at that. And then we're going to be looking at what is actually going to happen. So how will it all play out? So you chose to come into the reading with this little card, which says no need to worry, with this really little sweet mouse here. This little mouse, tiny little cute mouse on this leaf here. It looks like a maple leaf, doesn't it? A leaf from a maple tree. Okay, so let's put that there. Plus the little snowflake obsidian here. So how are we all doing? Is everyone okay? Do please let me know in the comments. So lovely to hear from you when you do actually comment. So that's lovely. And just reminding you, of course, that it's a general reading. So please just take the messages that feel right to you. If they don't feel right to you, it could be for somebody else that's watching. And also it is timeless. So, you know, whenever you actually find the reading, it should be relevant to you. So what we're going to do is I'm going to do it as I did in pile number 1 and 2. I'm going to look first of all at what is actually going on between you and them. And then that might give you a little bit of a sense of whether it's the right pile for you as well. And then we're going to be looking at what will happen, you know, how's it all going to play out. So let's just ask for pile number 3 now, what's going on in the connection? We've got a card that says no need to worry. So what is going on in this connection between pile number 3 and their person, please? Let's have a look and see what we have. Mischief. Ooh, okay. That's interesting. It comes right next to no need to worry. So maybe something's happened here, or you're worried about something, or you feel something's going on, but maybe you're being guided to say or to feel that it's not as bad maybe, or too big of a deal that you think it might be, possibly. But too early to say. Let's get some other cards out. So what is going on between pile number 3 and their person? What's the energy? Burden. It might feel a bit heavy at the minute with the number 10 for burden. So maybe you're feeling burdened by the connection, weighed down by the connection. Something like that. But let's, oh, I've left one out. Now there's one that's been left out here. I've got the pack here. And then I left one here and I didn't see it. So let's have a look. It's all good. Interesting. So we've got no need to worry. It's all good. And then we've got mischief and burden in the middle. So again, that might be maybe, you know, reinforcing the situation or message that things aren't as difficult maybe as you think, or it's not as bad as you think, or something like that. That's one way of reading it. But let's have a look. Let's get the tarot out. And actually, let's get out one more. No, that's what I was going to go with in terms of the oracle cards. But let's get the tarot cards out. So, you know, what is actually going on between pile and number 3 and their person, please? What's going on in this connection at the moment? What's going on? So we've got King of Cups, the Ace of Cups, the 8 of Pentacles, the Magician, and the Queen of Wands. Right, okay, and what's at the bottom of the deck? The Ace of Pentacles. So maybe, for some of you, this might be, with the Ace of Cups here, it might be like a new relationship that you're thinking about, like what's going on. You're wondering what's going on between the two of you. So maybe with the mischief and the burden, you're not sure. You can't read the messages. Maybe you feel like one minute they give you the signs that they like you and then the next minute they don't. And it kind of has a little bit of an impact on your energy. But actually you don't need to worry too much, because I feel that there is a lot of attraction here. So if this is a new connection or somebody that you like, maybe some of you like them at work, or it's a crush situation or something like that, I feel like the situation is that there's certainly potential for the connection to have a beginning, to start with the Ace of Pentacles and the Ace of Cups in a loving way. They certainly feel very attracted to you. I mean, you might, the other thing as well is that this might also be that you're in a connection with somebody and you might be thinking negatively in the connection, or you might be thinking that they don't like you, or that they are not very focused on you, or that they're fooling around or playing around or something like that. And what this is saying is that you don't need to worry about that, because actually there's a lot of love in this connection with the King of Cups and the Ace of Cups. There's there's a huge amount of desire and attraction for you, the Queen of Wands. It's something that this person wants to manifest. So if it's a crush situation or a new situation, this person definitely wants to manifest this connection with you. We've got 2 cards of new beginnings and 1 card of manifesting. So I would say that definitely at the moment it might be a case of you or someone in the connection worrying a bit too much about the situation, more than they need to, seeing things maybe that aren't there possibly, because all of these cards are very, very positive. They're cards of starting a connection, beginning a connection, renewing a connection, deepening a connection with the King of Cups, you know, showing love, being very loving, having a lot of, you know, care towards the connection, wanting to manifest the connection, wanting to work hard in the connection, wanting to make it work, wanting to master it. Maybe if there's any, I don't know, any thoughts, maybe if someone has done something wrong with the mischief here, right? Maybe if somebody has actually done something wrong, what these cards are saying at the moment is that this is something that you can overcome, something that you can get over, something that you can work on, because both of you have the wisdom with the Queen and the King here. Both of you have the wisdom to be able to work through any issues. Both of you have the maturity to be able to work through any issues. And the word mischief, I mean, mischief is like when someone's been a little bit naughty. It's not like, that's my interpretation of mischief. It's when somebody's just coming in, look, these crows are just teasing this cat. They're just seeing what they can get away with. But it isn't too serious. It's not too heavy. But maybe someone or you are seeing it as more heavy than what it is, than what it actually is. So I feel like that's what's going on in the situation at the moment. That essentially it's a loving connection. It's got a lot of potential to be a loving connection. It's got a lot of potential. It's got the seeds of both love and of stability. They're very attracted to you. They want to manifest the connection with you. They want to work at the connection. And they feel a huge amount of love and attraction to you. That's kind of what I would see in this situation. And if there's anything that's got in the way of that, or anything that you think is hindering the connection starting or happening, then that you're probably making more of that than you need to. I think that's kind of what the message of these cards are. But excuse me. So there might be something around the way somebody is thinking about this that is causing more of an issue than there needs to be. So what have we got? We've got all of the water signs of Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. We have got all of the fire signs and all of the earth signs, actually. The only ones we've not got is the air signs. So we've got Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, and we have Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. So let's get out one of these on where is, what's the situation between pile. So there might have been some sort of misunderstanding, or you might have felt hurt. Maybe somebody felt hurt by the way somebody did something or treated them with the mischief card here. It felt heavy, but it's, it's like, you can get over that kind of thing. So what is the message, what's the messages here, or what's actually happening between pile number 3 and their person? My life is not as together as it seems. Interesting. Might mean something to someone. Let's now look at what is actually going to happen. So what will happen in this situation? So what will happen between pile number 3 and their person? What will happen? Meditate and contemplate. New moon in Pisces. Well, Pisces, the sign itself, might mean something to you. Sun, moon, or rising. New moons are wiping the slate clean. It's the start of a lunar cycle. A new lunar cycle is where you begin your intentions, your wishes, your desires. You begin to think about those. So, and we've got meditate and contemplate. Okay. So something maybe about a new cycle. Let's get out one of these. What will happen? And if you do, just to say, if you like the reading, if you're enjoying the reading, then please do give me a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel, because that will be fantastic. And at the end, I'm also going to be doing some more message cards, so hang around for that. So what will happen between pile number 3 and their person? Wisdom. Wisdom is your heritage. Seek knowledge and preserve it. So we've got wisdom and we've got meditate and contemplate. So I feel like you might be moving into a new cycle of of healing, of wisdom, of thinking things through better, of maybe being wiser, maybe learning, having learned from mistakes, or having learned something from where the situation is at the moment. So moving into a more sort of deep, maybe a deeper connection between the two of you as well. Let's get out one of these ones. So what will happen between pile number 3 and their person? What is actually going to happen between pile number 3 and their person? Create a spiral. I am flowing with seasons. So seasons, cycles. I'm flowing with seasons. Spirals are like, it makes you feel like they're never ending, doesn't it, really? Okay, card number 8. Let's get out these ones. So what will happen between pile number 3 and their person? What will actually happen between pile number 3 and their person? Page of Swords. Now I think the Page of Swords has come out in every single reading, actually. The Page of Swords. What will happen? The Sun, lovely. the moon, sun and the moon, the Hanged Man, and the King of Wands right underneath the Queen of Wands. That's interesting. Okay, and then we've got the Knight of Swords. Yeah, so there's, I feel like, excuse me, I feel like that you and them have some sort of counterpart connection going on here, because you've got the Queen of Wands and you've got the King of Wands, which is generally two counterparts, isn't it? So I feel like this connection is, and that's probably why you've got the no need to worry. I don't think you need to worry in this connection, really, because I think you and them are basically very balanced, and also we've got the sign of infinity and the spiral. So I feel like this connection is something that is meant to, and again, the two fish, it just makes me feel kind of like a bit of a soulmate type connection. So I feel like you and them are, you do have a very strong soulmate bond. So whatever problems or issues there might be with the mischief card or the burden, the reason why you've got no need to worry is because it's not really going to interfere with this connection in terms of it's you and them being together. So there might be light and shade in the connection for sure, and that's going to happen still, right? So there's going to be ups, there's going to be downs. You've got the moon, you've got the sun. So but it's somehow balance itself, you know, though you somehow balance each other out, if you know what I mean, because this is also feminine energy and masculine energy. So there is a balance. There is a balance in the connection moving forward, and I think we had wisdom, but there's also that element of light and shade that is there in any connection, in any relationship, that is still present, but somehow you can overcome the shadow aspects of yourself. You can move forward. You've got the strength between the two of you to get over those kind of shadow times, if you like, and also to kind of balance each other out, because you and them are kind of meant to be together. That's kind of what I feel about it. And also there might be a shift in perspective with the Hanged Man here. So I feel like things are maybe need to shift, really. So maybe, again, that talks about learning, about wisdom, because the Hanged Man shifts their perspective by going into a sort of suspended mode, by hanging there and thinking and having a time of enlightenment, right? So maybe this connection is going to shift into something that's more enlightened, more wise, more balanced, a recognition really that, you know, you neither of you are perfect, and that's okay, because you can work through those imperfections and sort of integrate them into the connection. You can both acknowledge the fact that you are not perfect, and that, you know, you can work through it, really, because essentially you balance each other out. Essentially you are meant to be together. You are you are right for each other, right? And so any light or shade, you can weather any shade, you can weather any storm, really, because there's enough heat in it, there's enough light in it, there's enough attraction in it, there's enough wisdom in it to kind of weather that, really. There's a strong pull as well. I feel like there's a strong pull with the moon. There's a huge pull for you and for them in this connection. There may also be, you know, still be a lot of mystery to it. There'll still be a lot of unknowns to it. There'll still be a lot of shadow side to it, but there'll always be that sun there to balance it out. There'll always be the good times, there'll always be the positive times, there'll always be an acknowledgement that you can get through that, and that maybe that'll be different from how it was, because going forward you might have learnt something. Maybe you will have learnt something from what's going on at the moment. Right, and maybe that learning is, you know, if we have a hiccup, if there's a problem, if there are difficulties, we can get through it. It's not a big deal. We don't have to make it into a big drama, because we can get through that. Now, the Knight of Swords is the overarching energy, which is about truth. It's about honesty. It's about bold, you know, being bold, taking bold action. So maybe there's bold action in terms of the Page of Swords as well. So maybe, you know, there's going to be some kind of message or some kind of news. Maybe somebody's going to apologise. Maybe somebody's going to try and rectify something. Maybe somebody's going to connect with you. And maybe they're going to do that quickly to try to shift this connection and get it back on track. Something like that. So you might expect a phone call or a text or an email or something like that from someone, maybe your other person, to have this, you know, to begin again. If there's been something that's maybe pulled you apart or something that's caused an issue or a problem, there's going to be some kind of words of communication, honest communication, which tries to sort that out in a quick way with the Knight of Swords here. So again, it goes back to your first card, which is no need to worry, you know, in terms of big time worry. There'll always be little stresses, there'll always be little elements, there'll always be, you know, issues that might come up, but essentially, because you are wise, because you are, because you want to, because you've both shifted your perspective and you want to sort things out, there'll always be a balance to that. The connection will always be balanced, or strive for balance, or move towards balance, with probably with honest communication as well, with honest, wise, careful communication. So what have we got here? So we've got Leo, we have got Pisces, we've got Gemini, Libra and Aquarius, as well as Aries, Leo and Sagittarius. Okay, so let's get out some message cards then for pile number 3 in their person. So what will happen? What will happen in this situation? I know I messed everything up. So there we go, that might be that bit there. Then we have, we need to let each other go. Interesting. I couldn't let you get close to me. I am becoming a better person. So maybe at the moment there's a sort of fear of separation or something like that. But I feel like with a hangman, maybe they are, they're feeling like they're learning, they're becoming a better person. But I feel like here there's just a feeling that this situation is definitely not kind of over, really. That it's, you know, that it's actually, that there isn't anything to worry about, really. Let's see if we've got any more for pile number 3 in their person. I feel you leaving me behind. There might be some sort of anxiety here with that. I replay our conversations over and over. I knew exactly what I was doing. And the last one is, you speak to me through music. Fantastic. What's at the bottom of the deck? I want to feel that way again. Okay, so there you go, pile number 3. That's been reading. I hope you've liked it. What's that one? I wonder if you are happy without me. I don't feel like this situation is the end, pile number 3. That's kind of my feeling with the other tarot cards that are underneath. But anyway, if you've liked the reading, then please do hit the subscribe button. Give me a thumbs up. Otherwise, have a great day, and I'll see you in the next reading. Bye for now.